Ow! Ow! Ah! Ow! My legs! Oh my god, that hurt! Ow! Ow! Oh, oh no. No, 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 no! Hello again. Welcome back to Finland. A couple of months ago, I had a no good, very bad, terrible idea. I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fun if I made a YouTube short, where for every subscriber it got, I'd drive 20 meters in this wonderful game.
What the fuck?
The catch? The entire distance would be driven in this. The Satsuma. A car I assembled myself. But Satsuma has a little problem. Every part in the engine has durability and can break. Every single one. And believe me, they do break. Often. Now this probably would have been a good idea if I didn't make one simple, crucial mistake. Underestimating just how many people like watching numbers go up. And so, on a fateful August day, I released
Very subtle.
short. This is the story of why that was a terrible mistake. So, let us begin. But first, I recently caught an employee using Google Chrome. This is exactly how that went down. Okay, Jim, I'll put you down for your regular 22-hour shift. Wait a minute. Using Chrome? You fucking... Buckle up, fuckos, because this video is sponsored by Opera GX, the most sponsored web browser ever. Riz? Who the fuck wrote this? Do you want more from your dainty shit web browser? Well, fear not, because GX Mods has got you covered. Typing on my keyboard these days has become far too peaceful. Introducing the Meow Keyboard mod. The Fart Keyboard mod. Or maybe download my mod. Don't like my mod? Well, fuck you. If you don't like my mod, the GX store is filled with mods that will tickle your fancy. Did you think that was all, you naive manlet? Opera GX supports Chrome extensions like everyone's favorite Mr. Beast on every thumbnail across all of YouTube. Don't like YouTube? The sidebar allows you to go wherever you want. Twitch.tv, discord.gg, tiktok.ccp, and everyone's favorite X. Skek. Do you like free games? Well, the GX Corner can
Bold of you to assume that any of us have any of that. Haha.
Keeps you up to date with all of the important news.
I can't relate.
The fuck? What are you waiting for? Download Opera GX today.
I can't relate to this ad at all. That's crazy.
Things to your foreskin.
Oh. What the fuck? Okay.
Michael.
Well, I've threatened to crawl into people's walls and eat their drywall, so this is pretty tame, I guess.
Opera GX once
That's
again
fair.
for sponsoring this video.
That's wonderful.
Anyway, with that, it was time to release the short. So I released the short. For every like it got, I'd drive 1 meter, and for every subscriber it got, I'd drive 20.
That...
My expectations weren't particularly high, so when the short became my best performing short, got over 300,000 likes and over 50,000 subscribers, I went...
What?
Oh no. That translates to 1,507.6 kilometers. In this. Well. Shit. I couldn't back out now. I'd said I was gonna do it, so I guess it was time for a martincitopants classic. A really long live stream. So, I spent a few days making some plans and preparations, and when the day came... Okay.
So how long was the stream? Did he split it up?
Thursday. A good day to begin the longest drive of my life. I loaded the car up with the 2 most important items, beer and chips, and set off.
Based. Wait, I just...
The first time around the lake would serve as a good warm-up. I crossed over the train tracks. I drove past my idiot cousin. I got some supplies from home. A jerry can, a helmet, a jack stand, and some motor oil. I drove past Grandma's house and the wonderful smelling
That's wonderful. Wait, did he do the distance based off of the total amount that it got continually, or just like stop some certain amount?
Many donations. Now this is where it might be important to mention a small, tiny
it's still going up.
My team and I thought to ourselves, well, this stream is going to be great, but it's lacking a certain amount of interactivity. This right here is where we turned this bad idea into a fucking terrible one. We thought to ourselves, wouldn't it be funny if every donation that gets sent adds a bit of distance? 10 years for every $1, let's say. And then we thought to ourselves, that's clearly not going to be enough distance. Let's add a multiplier.
I just realized this guy has a fucking steering wheel set up.
Yes, I got another great idea. With all that weighing on my mind, I had no choice but to keep driving. So I kept driving. I drove back over the train tracks, past the swamp, past some lumber, onto the highway, off the highway, into town, onto the dirt track, past the dance pavilion, and before I knew it, lap 1 had been completed. Now, It's hard to sound relatable when complaining about a literal flood of money, but the distance was in fact increasing very, very fast. Or at least it should have been. The distance hadn't actually moved at all for the past 20 minutes. Yes, that's right.
Did your counter break?
The stream started, the code shit itself and died. Why? Well, for the code to tell how much someone donated, we first had to convert their currency into US dollars. But for some reason, the system we were using was missing some of the more obscure currencies. So when someone donated in fucking Cambodian riel, the code was like, what the fuck is a Cambodian riel? And died.
That's wonderful.
Huh? Aside from the
so it just stopped working entirely. It wouldn't keep running for the
some reason,
currencies that
were
covered?
Success, okay. And the car was working great.
Greetings from Minnesota. Hope the suffering is good.
Soda! In the other room, the monkeys
oh my god!
furiously assaulting their keyboards and had finally got the code back up and running again.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh, the code's up and running. The distance went up 300 kilometers. What? It was in this moment, right here, that I realized
his doom is sealed.
I fucked up. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Anyway, I sleep.
Oh, that's a terrible idea. Yeah, this man better be driving to sleep.
Friday. Waking up, I checked my wonderful watch that I got from 100%
I think it's a terrible idea.
means and did not steal from anyone at all. It read 10 a.m. Friday. A perfect day for driving everyone's favorite shitmobile, Satsuma. Ah, yes. Satsuma. A car that I built myself long ago. Not a huge surprise then that Satsuma, as it turns out, is the least reliable piece of shit ever put on four wheels. Sometimes the
Considering
oil
what I've seen now with 2 episodes of Summer Cross so far, that's saying a lot.
The tires have gone flat. There's a small rodent living in the engine. The head gasket has exploded. The carburetor fell off. The car is very much on fire. The battery has gone flat. Again. All the body panels have mysteriously gone missing. The pistons
is that just from like
are gone.
This particular saga?
Time for a nice
episode
relaxing drop. So yeah, this car sucks, and sooner or later it was gonna eat shit and die. And when it did, I'd have to figure out.
I feel like that's a mercy at this point for that poor car.
Anyway, with all that being said,
and he just revives it again. Okay.
A great day for driving, which is exactly what I did the entire day. I encountered Cousin. I overtook Cousin. I crashed my car into a rock. I crashed into a pile of lumber. And then a donation told me to buckle my seatbelt.
Buckle thy harness.
Well, you fuck up. Fuck. In this crash, my windshield had made the regrettable decision of breaking into 1,000,000 pieces, which is unfortunate for me because a windshield offers protection from things such as high velocity bug.
Wait, real shit? No, that's not a real thing. It's not a real thing, right? It's not a.
Unfortunately, the only person capable
does it actually do anything to you in game?
Is this guy, the local mechanic. And
I refuse to believe that's an actual thing. It's just a bit, right, martincitopants?
So if any bugs were about, they wouldn't find their way into my eyeball.
Please, please, please.
And so, let's keep it moving. Back to the road. The rest of the driving on Friday was mostly uneventful, apart from when I crashed the car, and also when I crashed the car again, and when I drove over the train tracks.
No way. No way. No way he gets run over. Oh my god! No. Oh, he got donated to? Right?
Yeah. So, what the fuck was that?
That's what I'm waiting for you to answer, my dude. What was that?
$500 YouTube membership tier that adds 20 more kilometers. So when some lovely gentleman pressed join, clicked idiot tier, entered his bank details, more than likely got a call from the bank asking him what the fuck he's doing, and clicked purchase, it did this. Oh, there it is. And with that, the day was over.
What the actual?
Honk. Saturday. Yet another beautiful day in Finland. Now, let's have a look at the distance. Okay,
I thought the previous 2 episodes weren't fucking unbelievable.
At this rate, we're gonna get there at yes.
Suddenly I'm starting to feel that 41 minutes for this video is actually a little bit short, actually. I'm starting to understand the other 15 episodes now.
Daddy Chiron? the fastest car on Earth, that car still wouldn't be able to keep up. Now, yes,
That's wonderful.
pretty bad, but
Okay.
surely the donations would calm down as time went on. Right? Right? Anyway, Saturday would bring about more challenges. The rally race. Driving on this road was now significantly more dangerous because of these guys. Their only goal is to go fast. They do not care if something's in their way. But I had a plan.
But what if he
Wait for one
became the part of the
drivers to shoot
problem, though?
past and try my best to follow him. I waited for my moment. A car came barreling past, and the chase was on. I can hit people.
It's your
No,
time to.
no,
Oh,
no, no.
wow.
Oh no. Please tell me I didn't hit anyone. Well, shit. This guy right here is one lucky bloke. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. It's
He's just
upside
chugging his
down.
beer while
Once I
he's-
finagled the car back onto its wheels, I continued driving. Please start. I'm begging you.
Is pro? I'm gonna say like pro state. Is
Hey,
that
trying
is it
to
just
keep up
it's
with
just
the car
a
in front
normal
of me was
option
a
that you have
bad
in your
idea.
in the
So how
game
about instead,
to
let's drive a bit more conservative.
brand your car with, or like what the actual? Oh wow!
Fucking bruh. The rest of the day, I
I-
spent driving.
Why do
looking
I
at
feel
the
like
record
I'm
set,
getting
my
fucking
record
hit in
set,
game,
and losing
dude,
bits of my car.
when I watch this
And
guy
tonight
play?
at the dance pavilion. Not for any particular reason, just because I wanted to see what was going on. To be perfectly honest, not much. I like
Oh.
this guy's moves. I made a bit of a scene, and the security guard didn't really appreciate that. So, no, I'm not coming over there. No.
No,
Let's
you should
go
get
home.
back in there.
Going
Bust some
home, we
moves,
took
Martin
us past the
Citopants.
repair shop.
Never
And
mind,
while
I
I was
guess.
there, I figured that I should
Oh, we're
probably take
back.
a quick look at the car and see how it's doing. To make a long story short, not great. Car engines need oil. If you don't have oil, then the metal in the engine scrapes against the other metal in the engine, and horrible, no good, very bad things happen.
Yes.
Oil is meant to be a slightly golden color, but when I checked the dipstick, it was not in fact a golden color,
Oh.
and in fact, pitch black, just black. Running the car on this
Right.
filthy oil had no doubt done a lot of damage to the engine, but that would be a problem for future Mart. Current Mart just replaced the oil and went home.
How many miles does he actually manage to drive in one
Sunday,
in-game day?
we had completed a pretty decent 118 kilometers.
Okay, well, you just answered that. Thank you,
Out of
Martin.
2,600. Fuck! Things were looking progressively worse and worse
This game's
and worse.
so he
Today,
took
I was
2
gonna try
months.
moving the sofa from my house into town
Of doing that?
so I could
No
sleep
way.
there. The problem with that,
No
however,
way.
is the sofa is
This was a
far too big
2-month-long
for little
saga?
Tim. But I could do this. During my trip into town, I had to
Oh.
cross over the train tracks. In fact, for every lap I did around
Wow,
the
I
map,
wish I
I'd
could
cross
legally
over
drive
them
my
twice.
furniture from
Once
IKEA
here
home like that.
And once over here. And every time I went over them, I prayed, I hoped, I begged that the train wasn't there to turn me into a fine, finished paste. Even worse, the stupid sofa I was holding was taking up half of my screen. And so, of course. Well, never mind then. I guess all that worrying was all the train is here! Well. Shit. Okay, I made some preparations before I started this stream.
I think the best part of that
have
was how
this
his character
button.
fucking screamed.
Arriving on
When he was
scene,
dying.
the car was looking a little worse for wear. The fuel tank had fallen
I
out,
think it's
my
fine.
supplies were scattered all over the
This is
floor, and
salvageable.
the sofa was nowhere to be seen. I had the couch is no longer here, so I got to fixing. Once everything was back on the car, I filled up the fuel tank with my jerry can and started her up.
Yes, because that's definitely what would happen. No
Driving the
shot,
car,
it
I
actually
quickly
started back up
realized
again,
that one of the
dude.
wheels was very much bent. So to fix this, I went back home and found the digging bar. So watch this. The other wheel's bent slightly
Aye.
to the right.
Don't know if I want to watch this. I'm deeply concerned.
that.
Oh my, that actually
That's
worked.
a little better. Ooh, that's a lot better. And with the car
No
fully
shot.
repaired,
Sorry, I was just so used to everything going so horrifically wrong in these videos. I wasn't expecting anything to actually work out. Oh my god.
Monday. The start of a brand new week, and more
All
importantly,
right.
no more rally race. Today, I was going to try drive as far as possible, and to prepare my mind and body for this task, I present to you... Chip.
Hey, ew, I hate Doritos.
And of course,
Sorry, I'm a
it was
hater. I don't
complete.
really like. I feel like I don't know. I smell like feet. Don't ask me why I know what feet smell like. I guess,
yeah,
but
God. And that was Monday.
I don't
A few
know.
more laps
I like
around the lake
popcorn more.
complete, and what the fuck
Oh.
is that? Three th
What did the alien hear that day?
Tuesday. Around this point, I was getting a bit sick of having to wear the helmet whenever I was driving, and chat was too. So I came up with an idea.
Wear it in real life instead.
Meet Fleetari, the mechanic.
Okay.
Fleetari is the only guy that can fix my windshield in the entire country of Finland, and doing so takes him several days, which in real life is a few hours.
What does it actually do
No
in
good.
game if you don't have a
So I offered
windshield?
the
I mean, I
chance
know
to
it does in real life,
fix
but
the windshield instantly, but in return drink an entire case of beer,
okay.
or do nothing and keep driving normally. Chat
He still has some money, he
and
fucking
resoundingly voted
filched off that
for
guy.
drunk driving.
Oh.
I'm so proud. So, Fleetari fixed my windshield, I put back 20 beers in a row, and hit the road. And you know what? I get it. It should be illegal to be having this much fun behind the wheel. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Okay, but... Oh my fucking god. I feel like the only thing that stayed intact this entire time is just those dice on the fucking mirror, man. This is starting to look like a Maxer video.
The rest of Tuesday went
Thanks for the
pretty
disclaimer,
well,
Maxer.
considering the
I mean,
circumstances.
martincitopants.
I managed to find the sofa that went missing after the train incident, and it completed another solid day of driving. I was in town, so I figured why not have a meal and beer at the pub? And this
Or 12.
is where I met my old nemesis. This guy.
Isn't he the guy that was busting down the moves all
Many
like
moons
hunched
ago,
over?
I beat him up and stole his watch.
Oh, that's the watch.
Didn't appreciate that very much. Oh shit, he's punching me.
Okay, but it could be worse. Ooh, ah. He didn't come out with an axe this time, at least. Ugh.
Yeah. I got knocked out. I didn't realize at the time, but he also took his watch back. Where's my watch?
Oh no!
Fucking bastard. As the hours wore on, I got bored
Oh,
of
it's so
driving
over.
like a conservative grandma. Ever since I found an entire bottle of nitrous sitting in the boot of my car, I have a lot of nitrous. I've been absolutely ripping it down the track. That was until, of course, I hit this bump a little too hard, the car veered sharply off the road, and came to a stop at the hands of lumber.
Why would he pause it right there? Oh my god.
This very minor high-speed accident caused the head gasket to explode.
I'm so invested.
I
This
didn't realize
sucks.
this, however, so after
I
a
can't
lot
bear
of
to watch this car get
troubleshooting,
beat
I
up
got
any
weirdly
more than I
the
already
car
have.
started,
Fuck,
and
there's like...
various other silly happenings.
God
and finally
damn it, there's like
replaced
20
that
minutes of this
gasket
video
and fuel
left.
pump, and the car worked just fine.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you know what that means?
Signs of life?
Murder. That guy who stole my watch, he was gonna fucking get it. I am taking that thing back, that dickhead. In fact, I think I can bring a sledgehammer. Once I found the sledgehammer,
Whoa!
you bitch, placed it near the dance pavilion for safekeeping. With that done, back to the road.
And the
Clearly, I
consequences
hadn't
of
learned a
bashing
lesson
this
from the
man's
previous
skull, and
crash,
it will
I'd
be...
still been absolutely sending it wherever I could. Which, of course,
What happened to his old
ended
car
pretty
that was
good.
actually not a piece
Get
of crap?
ourselves there.
Yeah!
Fuck. Yet again, the windshield was gone. Now this wouldn't be that big of a deal if I had my helmet, but I didn't. My helmet was in fact nowhere to be seen. Shit, where's my helmet? Presumably
Did
at
you
some point
yeet
in the
that
last
off?
few
Oh.
hours, it flew out of my car while I was driving. To prevent getting stung in the eye by a bug,
I thought he
I'd have
yeeted
to
it
drive
earlier,
a lot
actually.
slower than normal.
What?
This is about where our comedy of errors begins. I arrived in town. No helmet. I checked the junkyard. No helmet.
This is starting to sound
I
a
drove
lot like
along the
his
dirt track.
Just Cause
No
video.
helmet. And then, the engine rat made its appearance. There's a rat in my car!
What?
Actually, I just cranked up the radio and pretended the rat wasn't there. Arriving at a repair shop, I fixed the mangled suspension
correct
and
course of
replaced
action.
the alternator belt. But remained.
This is just a bit, right? They're just talking about the squeaking. There's not an actual rat in
I
there.
didn't know what was causing
Right?
the noise, so I just kept driving.
But-
Just a bit up the road, however, the radiator
squeaking is very
started doing
unnerving.
this. Well, let's have another look at the engine. I correctly hypothesized that the cause of my engine rodent issue was the water pump being broken. Everything else was spinning properly, but the water pump wasn't. I also checked the oil. The oil looked, bad. Now pay attention to this very bad black oil.
Okay.
Remember it. It will be important later. So,
I mean, you kind of
after
mentioned
a
that.
quick trip back to the repair shop, I could take the old water pump out and get a new. Never mind. It was closed. Yes. Today was
You know, for
Saturday,
all the
and
crimes you can
Fleetaro's
commit in
repair
this game, I'm
shop
kind of
wouldn't be
surprised you're
open
not able to
until
break
Monday.
and enter into
So I had to
places.
occupy myself until then. Fleetari owns
Maybe it's a
this
bit too
car.
much. I don't know.
Now it may look cool.
Murder's okay, but
this
breaking
car
in and entering,
kinda
nope.
sucks major ass.
Oh, yeah.
Since the Satsuma was out of action, it was really all I had. Taking the
Okay.
car home was fine until I reached the dirt road. Oh my god, it's so bad. On dirt, this car has next to no grip, so I had to drive very slowly and carefully, making sure not to take any corners too fast or risk flying off the track. The grip was so bad that my speed was below 30 miles an hour. Oh my god, he's coming on my ass! Do not, no, he's not
Is
doing
that, is that
No,
just
no.
is that another
The rest
racer
of the
or?
drive was uneventful. I drove it home with.
Like, there's no way a cop is coming for him at going 30 kilometers an hour. Dude.
At home, I really didn't
Your
have much
school
to do,
zone driving
so I went to
speeds.
get some food. All right, I'll be back.
Oh.
And had a good sauna. Now let's
All
piss
right.
on it.
Oh.
In the sauna, I pondered.
You gonna make me act up.
Wait a second. Saturday night parties, dancing, the dance pavilion. Wait a second. The watch guy. I knew just what I had to do. Oh, there he is. I prepared this.
No way. He's finally gonna do it. All right. What? What? What?
This is not working.
Try a little harder. Oh my.
Fucking.
Dude, what? Oh, come on.
Yep. He knocked me out.
There's no fucking
Again.
shot. That's some
I
dude
awoke
with a
on the bus stop
sledgehammer
bench
has
in
more.
town, a whole
Okay,
30
whatever.
hours after the fight on Monday.
He had an easier time taking out a
Every
guy
cloud
with
has
an
a silver
axe in his
lining,
hand in the
except, of
last
course,
video.
nuclear
That's
mushroom clouds
insane.
have a lining of strontium-90. This particular cloud silver lining was the fact that it was Monday, and Fleetaris would be open. I took the bike back to the muscle car, and the muscle car back to the repair shop. Finally, I could buy a new water pump. And what do you know? The car was fixed.
Wow.
Completely fixed. Nothing else wrong with it whatsoever. Totally fixed. Running flawlessly even. With our perfect 110% really fixed car, I continued on the search for the helmet. I checked around the bushes, some spots where I'd been off-road, and eventually ended up at the small dirt
Is it
oval
impossible to
track
just
thing.
buy
It
another
was here,
helmet?
I just sort of gave up looking for the
Is there
helmet.
some sort of
I drove
attachment to
around
this
and
one?
around at low speed, wondering
This is
how
Martin
on
Cito's
earth
favorite
I got
blankie,
into
except
this
it's a
thing.
helmet.
Uh-oh.
Deep concern.
Uh-oh.
Is he out of gas?
What happened?
What is going on?
What happened? No. No.
What
What happened? What happened? The big one. The search for
what?
my helmet had landed me here, on a small dirt track, broken down in the middle of nowhere.
That's
I checked the
wonderful, but
engine
what
oil,
happened?
And sure enough, it looked just like I'd left it. Black. Replacing the oil didn't help. The damage had already been done. With what I had on hand, there really wasn't much I could do. What had probably happened was a part broke, and the only way for me to get a new one was at the mechanic on the other side of the map. So, I started hypothesizing. Like the engine might have just like seized, or like there's just too much gunk.
Camshaft?
A little gunk.
That's
up.
actually
Little
is the
gunk
outlet.
up.
That is.
Yeah. It could have been many things.
Did Martin
and
Cito
really,
know
I had
much
no
about
idea
cars
why.
before this game, or
I
did
still
this?
fiddled around a little bit,
Did this? I
and
feel like this
eventually
game would
ran the battery
bestow
down
upon
until
me
it
all the
died.
knowledge I would ever need to know about cars.
Well,
Ooh.
fuck. Shit. It looked like I was
Right.
gonna have to tow the car all the way from here back to the repair shop. So, allow me to introduce to you the sewage truck. This truck has a powerful engine, is nice and heavy, and is great for towing things. Problem is, the truck is all the way over here at Grandma's house, just outside of walking distance. So instead, I walked over to the bus
Just
stop
outside of walking
and
distance.
waited for the bus.
All right. Also, I realized looking at his meters, but he's once again the least stressed out, starving, and and like water deprived,
Wait,
you know,
there's
like
the bus.
freaking.
There's the bus! Yes! Stop. Stop, bus.
Bro's literally
Stop,
about to
stop,
fucking
stop,
starve to
stop,
death here,
bus,
and he is
bus.
so unstressed.
Public transportation.
He's so
The bus
unbothered.
took me back to town.
What the
where I
fuck?
got in the van, took the van to the repair shop.
Okay,
got out
okay,
of the van,
okay. I
got
guess
on
he
the
ate
bike,
something.
took
I
the
guess he
bike to the truck,
pissed
got off the
somewhere.
bike,
Okay,
put the
good,
bike
good.
in the truck.
All right, all right, all right.
And began the drive over to Satsuma. I was a bit rusty
Okay.
behind the wheel of this bad boy,
Alrighty.
so figuring out how everything worked was a bit of a process. But once the truck was worked out, I got on the road and began the drive. Getting to our destination, however, proved to be more difficult than expected. Oh my god, no.
What the How do you even... What do you even have to do to fix that?
Didn't have it in it to get the truck back up.
Oh,
Archimedes said, "Give me a motorbike long enough and a riverbed on which to place it, and I shall flip the truck."
Well, at least I had the bike. Everything's fucked. Everything's fucked right now. It's all fucked. None of this is good. It's all fucked. So,
okay. So what happens to the
what
bike?
was the plan?
Let's hear it, guys.
Well, it was getting dark and I was tired. So first things first, back home to sleep. Okay, now what? Gentlemen, allow me to introduce my savior, my hero, my messiah, the tractor. The fork loader on the front would be my ticket to truck uprightness, and with my newfound enthusiasm, I set off. Several minutes of driving the slowest vehicle on Earth later, I arrived. Okay, first things first, let's assess the situation. Alright, the situation has been assessed, let's get back in the tractor and
That is... No! Oh my...
off to a flying start. Practice proved difficult, but we got there in the end.
I
Okay, time for my
don't know
master
how
plan.
much more this I can
Wedge the
take.
fork in between the ground and the truck, and
Please. Please.
believe me,
Flip it!
I tried, but the truck was well and truly bogged beyond saving. So fuck it. I give up. Yes, I admit a defeat, but really the truck isn't essential. Satsuma is. To get Satsuma back to the repair shop, I plan to put it on the trailer and drive it back via the highway. The problem with that approach is using the fork loader at all. Just fucking get on the fucking trailer, you piece of shit. Making matters worse, my fuel was getting lower and lower
Oh,
and lower.
no.
10 minutes of having violent car sex with Satsuma later, it was finally on the trailer. Yes!
Does it even have enough pieces left to call this? Can we even call it the same car at this point?
Running out of fuel.
Ooh.
But man, the fuel. This appropriate music
So-
came on right as my fuel was at its very lowest. If I got stranded out here, that would be fucking miserable. The turnoff to the town was in sight. It's gonna make it. It's gonna make it. But the fuel. It was so low, the engine started hiccuping. We were so close. But then... we made it! Hooray!
Hey!
In town, I filled the thirsty, parched, dry tractor with its favorite drink of diesel. I also tried fiddling around a bit with the car, but nothing came of it. So back in the tractor and onto the repair shop. And
Does he
would
just
you
have to
believe it?
replace like the
Right
entirety
there
of like
by
the inside of the
side
engine?
road, my helmet.
Inside of, I mean, sorry, whatever is inside the hood. I don't know what it is in
finally found
there.
My helmet. At
I don't know.
long last, something good happened to me. But what are those lights? No. Mart. Mart, what are you doing? No, Mart, get back in the tractor. No, Mart, no.
No! I'm too sick to be yelling like this. What is this? Oh my. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure why I didn't just get back in the tractor and pull over, but, yeah. Here we are. Getting Satsuma back into the trailer, predictably, sucked. But once it was in, yes, I could get back on the road and finally get the car back to the repair shop. And here we are. So, you'd think that was the end of it, right? We're at the repair shop. Surely now we can just fix up the car and get back on the road. Nope. The pain didn't stop. It only got worse. First, I tried changing some of the easy-to-access parts. The distributor, the fuel pump, the fuel
I was about to
filter,
say
and the
that, like,
spark plug.
assuming that anything would go right the first time at this point in this game is just...
Finally, I have found my purpose. Vehicular
No
destruction of my cousin's car.
way!
I am become Pinar, destroyer of car doors.
He's gonna
Running him
destroy my
over!
door.
Decky, wait,
Just-
freaking knock him unconscious twice wasn't enough?
Let's try again.
Let this be a life lesson, guys. Chat, never ever steal somebody else's watch. I guess. Possibly.
No dice. I fiddled with the alternator, took off the cylinder head, and replaced the head gasket.
Dude.
Still didn't work. 3 whole hours of the car not working, and things were only looking worse. It wasn't a fuel problem, it wasn't a head gasket problem, it wasn't this, or that, or the other thing. Honestly, I was at a bit of a loss, and all the batteries I had on hand were flat. To get more, I'd have to go into town and buy some.
Okay, I'm gonna go buy another battery.
Naturally, the vehicle for that job was the van. I sped into town, arrived in town, put the batteries in the van, and set back off for the repair shop. When I did this...
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Well, could have popped.
Why? Why? Getting the van back upright proved difficult. Oh my god! Please.
But is it right side up, right side? No! Oh my god, please just... God, somebody, anybody up there, just throw this man one singular bone! Oh my god.
Nightmare.
Please!
It won't end.
Please!
I can't flip the car.
Might be a car issue. Have you tried fixing it?
I would turn around and bash my head into the fucking
Yes.
wall and make a hole in
Oh
it.
my god, sit.
If I
Back
were
to the
him.
repair shop, I
Okay,
put
never mind, he got
everything
a dub.
together and tried
Good on you,
starting the car up
martincitopants.
again.
Let's go.
It didn't work. I tried another battery. It didn't work. I got a new rocker shaft. It didn't work. I took the fuel tank out. For some reason. That didn't work. I concluded that I had no idea what was wrong and that I probably needed to rebuild the engine. If I couldn't
Fascinating.
figure it out, surely replacing every single part would fix it. Right? Right? Well, I really had no other choice. So, I got to work.
Onto pistons.
I think the boot's not attached right. That's why the car's not starting, man.
Why can't I figure this out? I'll replace literally all these parts.
Yeah, there goes the gearbox.
These pistons are fucked.
Oh, it worked! Half an hour of
He's at
rebuilding the engine
4,000
later, the new parts
kilometers
were
on-
in, and
It's-
it was back in the car.
Oh my god.
Wonderful.
Please. Please
And so,
work.
I gave it a go.
Let's give it a roll.
Please.
And the battery was flat.
What?
So I tried another. Also flat.
Yeah.
And another.
Did he not
Try it
just
again.
buy some fresh one?
Yep.
Did he run out of
That's
batteries
right.
while trying
I
to
had
just...
run every
test
single
it?
battery on the map down to 0 charge.
No way.
I tried charging a dead battery at the charger at home. Dead batteries can't be charged. I looked in Timo's shop.
No batteries.
He was sold out. The engine was fixed, but I couldn't start it. Just
Could he just jack it
I
out of
searched
somebody else's
far
car?
and wide for a single battery with a morsel of charge. Nothing. 5 hours of the car being broken, and it was still fucking broken. All I could really do was just sit around,
You stole somebody
Drink
else's
beer and-
watch.
wait for the shop to restock.
You stole somebody's winning lottery ticket money. Just... It's your time to shine, martincitopants. Commit some crimes. Alright,
It
alright.
took ages. But finally, oh my god, they're back.
Hey!
I put a fresh one in, and alright,
Moment of truth.
I'm fucking nervous. This better work.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Gentlemen, after 6 hours of broken Satsuma, it finally worked. And now was time for my dastardly plan. You see, the distance done stat counts distance by measuring the car's speedometer. Not the actual speed, but the speed the car thinks it's going. Gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the dynamometer. Typically used to measure the power of a vehicle, I was going to use it to spin the tires as fast as physically
He's
possible.
scamming his
First gear,
viewers!
60 kilometers an hour.
Although,
Second gear,
I mean,
100.
it is-
Third gear, 150. Fourth gear, 226 kilometers an hour. The highest possible speed in the Satsuma. Now you might think, but this is cheating.
It is cheating!
Yes. But cast your eyes to the distance left stat. Now, let me speed up the video.
But
Do you notice anything alarming? Is there anything about this video that seems off?
not at
Yes.
all, actually, except for the
The
fact that you're
distance
scamming everybody.
Is still going up. This is where I finally realized I was truly doomed. Even at the highest possible speed, it still wasn't enough to outpace the ravenous viewers. And even better, a few minutes of running the car at its highest RPM later, the engine,
Why are the brakes not working?
did this.
Why are the brakes not working?
What the fuck?
Oh, no, don't break
Bro
my
is not
car.
putting his shit
No,
through a
stop.
oh my
Stop
god.
removing the engine once more, I found a, do we have a hole in the block?
What is that? What?
Giant hole.
How
in the
did that
engine.
even happen? What?
Fuck. Oh yeah.
What the
And
actual?
what do you know? The engine was ready for a test. Of course, now that I'd
Okay.
rebuilt the whole thing, all of the new parts were untuned. It's not very powerful, so it ran like shit. Well, fuck. And finally, after almost exactly 8 hours of not having the car drive on the dirt track, we were back. 19 and a half hours on long streams like this tends to be very close to maximum pain. Around this time, it was about 4 AM. I hadn't seen sunlight in over 8 hours, the donations and their annoying messages hadn't stopped for the entire stream, and my desire to sleep was incredibly intense. This is where I start getting a bit delusional and paranoid. What if someone
Only
finds
just
out where
now?
I live? What if Chad isn't willingly giving me
This
money,
guy
but
is a
I'm
freaking-
stealing it from them? I mean, why am I even here anyway? I don't deserve this. This whole thing is a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here. Someone else. Everyone, you get your head back. Fall asleep. Come on, get your head back.
Should probably be paying attention to the road. I'm just zoned out.
Dude, the
It really
freaking
didn't help
bag is
that
under
half
his
the donation
eye.
messages went something along the lines of, haha, we are torturing you for our entertainment.
Oh my
Ha, ha.
god.
Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
No. Way.
Yeah. Not very nice. But I knew just the guy to take it all out on. Watch guy.
It was looking like a freaking Dark Souls boss intro. Alright, but who wins this one? Is he
won.
dead?
I
Did he
beat him
do
up.
it?
Did I feel a sense of accomplishment? No. Did I feel a sense of satisfaction? No.
Why?
feel- Anything? Not really.
You should feel great about murdering a
The only thing I
person
really
in
felt
game.
was pain. Lots and lots of pain. And
Was
where
it worth
else to lay my feelings
was
to
it worth
rest
it all, Martincito
than the
pants?
blackjack table? I think it's time for a game of blackjack, gentlemen. And so I sat there, slowly losing my money, slowly losing my mind. I think it was time to give up. 20 and a half hours of my summer car later, I had driven 585 kilometers, and the distance had increased from 1,500 to 6,448 kilometers. Fuck.
Alright, if anything, we
So-
got bamboozled by the video title.
That's it. That was the stream. I haven't touched my summer car since, but Finland doesn't forget, and Finland never forgives. Literally every single thing I have done since then has had a flood of comments underneath it about the drive. literally everywhere. Community posts, my second channel, Twitter, even my Instagram that I've never even mentioned one single time, and occasionally in real life too.
I got so scared. I thought somebody was knocking on my door. Oh my god.
Business.
I got scared shitless
This
there. Oh
challenge
my
would
god.
literally never end if I didn't change something. So I've changed something. Instead of donations adding distance, they make playing the game a living hell. You horrible people can now fuck with the steering, accelerate and brake, add piss, and make me a violent alcoholic for a short period. All the proceeds from the big first stream will
Only
be going
just for a
towards
short
the
period
Royal
of time?
Children's Hospital Foundation. The only thing that can still
I feel
add
like this
distance
would. I
is
feel like this
subscribe.
game would give me a
So if
fucking
you want to prolong my
alcoholism
pain
problem.
just a little bit more, subscribe, and I'll drive 1 more meter. The next big stream will be in about a week. I'll drive for 24 hours, and the proceeds, once again, will be donated to the Royal Children's Hospital. So join me in my future Finnish
Great.
endeavors,
Great
and
cause.
mark my words, this distance will read 0. Eventually.